Hi, Soraya. My name is Omar. I'll be a physical therapy student working with you today. Um, Before we get started, I just want to clear a couple things with you. Just want to make sure that you have no history of blood clots.
Nope.
Do you have any unhealed fractures or broken bones?
No.
Any histories of cancer?
Nope.
Any bone diseases?
Mm-mm.
Any history of hypermobility in your joints?
Yes.
Okay. Do you currently have a fever? Feel sick?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with any cognitive disorders?
I have not.
All right. So, do you have any sort of like numbness, tingling, burning on the inside of your thighs?
No.
Okay. Any changes in your bowels or
Nope.
bladder function? Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started then. So, I thank you for coming in. Thank you for filling out your intake sheet.
Mhm.
Just had a couple questions from your intake sheet, if you don't mind, just
Yeah.
clarifying.
Mhm.
But go ahead and tell me what's going on. You're coming in for low back pain. You
Mhm.
say it kind of shoots down into your legs. Tell me more about that.
It kind of is like my whole lower back,
Mhm.
and even into like my glutes a little bit.
Okay.
And it's always just kind of like a sharp ache.
Okay.
And then sometimes I haven't really noticed like why or when it does it, but sometimes it just like will shoot down like little like roots into my like the backs of my legs.
Mhm.
And then when it shoots down, the pain gets like a little bit worse than when it's just like a normal sharp ache, like it normally is.
Okay. And when you say it shoots down, where does it shoot down to? How far does it go down your legs?
Like to the back of my knees.
And is it down the same line every time, or does it change?
It's like multiple lines.
Okay.
It's like tree roots.
Like lightning, almost.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And then it'll like come in this way too, and like kind of come in through here
Okay.
on both sides.
And how often does that happen?
A couple times a day usually,
Okay. And how long has that been going on?
as long as I can remember.
Okay. Do you remember anything that could have caused that to begin with?
Not really.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's a long time to be dealing with that sort of pain going down your legs.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I guess so. The back pain itself, I've always just had back pain, like as long as I can remember. But the shooting, like down the legs, that started when I was pregnant.
okay. And how long ago were you pregnant?
Like my daughter's almost 2, so
Okay. Is she running around like crazy?
yeah, she loves her dad.
Good.
Me too. He's pretty hot.
So to continue on with that, do you have any sort of other pain that comes back? You said it comes down into your hips. What does that feel like in the hips?
It's almost like a joint ache when it comes into my hips.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my hip flexors kind of like get achy.
Your hip flexors?
Yeah.
Okay. Not the joint itself?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Have you had any x-rays done of your back before?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
Do you know if you have any scoliosis?
I do. Yeah.
Do you know what kind of scoliosis or what? Maybe just been
The
told you have
last time, yeah, well, I was like 8 when I was diagnosed with scoliosis. So.
And that pain, if you could go ahead and stand up for me and just turn around. Is it more from here, or is it if I move more out to the sides?
No, so I mean, it's like a band. It's like the whole thing, but it starts where you were at first.
So it's a band that starts here in the middle of the spine. Would you say it's more tender as I go down,
Oh yeah.
and then it's just radiates? How big would you say that band is?
I mean, it's like from like here in my glutes, and then it's like here.
And
It's
when you
pretty
s-
large.
And that band, is it tight? Is it painful? What?
Both.
All right, go ahead and have a seat for me again. And you said the pains shooting down your legs started when you were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get worse during pregnancy?
It just started and then as the bigger I got, the more along in my pregnancy, the worse the pain would get when it would shoot down my legs.
And since then, has that pain gotten worse, stayed the same, or?
It kind of was eased up a little bit, but it hasn't gone away fully. Like
So-
it's not as like sharp when it happens, but it's I mean it still is sharp. It's just like not as like knocks the wind out of me kind of thing.
And you said it happens quite a few times a day.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing when it happens?
Standing, sitting, sleeping.
Has
It
no
doesn't-
rhyme or
yeah,
reason?
no.
What makes it worse?
Walking, like anything that like requires a lot, but like only for like a certain amount of time. Like walking for a long time or like doing any type of cardio or something makes it worse.
What is a long time for you? How long does it take to come in?
A couple hours. Like that's when it's worse. Is if I've been like walking or doing something, you know, like more active for a couple hours.
And how far or how long does it take to go away afterwards?
The shooting,
The pain in general.
I mean, it's constant. Like my back pain is constant.
But the shooting pain?
That's just like a quick shooting pain, and then it's like a couple seconds, and then it goes away until the next time it happens.
So then are you saying that the back pain gets worse the longer you're on your feet, or the shooting pain gets worse?
The shooting pain, I mean both really, but like the shooting pain, so it'll shoot pain down my legs, but it gets worse and more frequent, but it still goes away after a couple seconds, and then usually where it would take, you know, like it could be like super sporadic, and it could take anywhere from, you know, like in a couple hours to like the whole next day if I'm not really doing a whole bunch of movement or like activity. Instead it'll like happen within like the next like 30 minutes or 10 minutes or something. And like the on the pain scale, instead of being like a 6 like it normally would be, it would be like an 8.
So are you constantly at a 6?
My back is at usually like a 4.5 or
And then at its worst, what does it get to?
like an 8.
And at that point you have to sit down, you have to stop whatever you're doing, you can't do anything else, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically.
So just to recap a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
You've had back pain ever since you can remember. The shooting pain that you described as tree roots that come down, they always happened, they started happening after you became pregnant, and the further along in your pregnancy that you got, the worse it became.
Yeah.
Now it's not so bad. You get the shooting pain when you've been standing for a long time, walking for a long time. Does sitting make it worse?
No, not that I really noticed. I mean, it happens when I sit, but it doesn't make it worse like walking does.
Okay. And then it comes on really quick, the sharp pain, and then it goes away. You're constantly around at a 6,
For the
For your
sharding
back.
pain,
For your back.
my back is a 4.
a 4.5.
Yeah.
And then it can get up to a 6 while being walking and standing, and then when the shooting pain comes, it's about an 8.
Yeah.
And at that point, you gotta have to stop and relax.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes more difficult since you have a little kid who's running around and wants to be played with all the time, right?
Oh yeah.
And you said it's a band. It's a
Mhm.
pretty wide band that goes all across your
Yeah.
back and glutes, upper
Yeah.
glutes. Is there anything that makes it feel better?
Massages.
Okay. Nothing else?
I mean, not really. I mean, I could take ibuprofen for it, but that'd be like a lot of ibuprofen. So
Yeah.
it does help at times. Like if I take it for something else, I notice that my pain goes away with ibuprofen. But I don't want to like I don't want to rely on that.
Okay. All right. I think I have everything that I need for the moment, but we're gonna go ahead and just start some other testings, and I'll keep asking questions as we go along, and you just let me know if anything starts to hurt or feel worse. Okay.
You can always